Hi everybody, and thanks for joining us today for Coffee Chats. I got a couple of things I wanted to talk about before I turn the camera over to, well, I guess we're going to turn it over to Raquel when I'm done. The painters are currently in the atrium putting a fresh coat of paint on everything. They patched, it's taken them a good long time to make sure that everything's looking great. They're doing a wonderful job and it smells fresh and clean down there. We're super excited about that. We will be opening up the atrium. We don't exactly know when the coffee and juice bar is going to be open. It should be soon if everything goes according to plan, but you know, sometimes that doesn't happen. So we're not sure when that's going to be, but we're planning for it. We will not be having the regular ceramic coffee cups down there when that does happen. We will be offering styrofoam throwaway cups, and we're really encouraging everybody to bring your own cup from your apartment. Everybody got a Ridge Point cup when they moved in. If yours went missing or you just don't know where it is anymore, we do have a limited number of those still available. Feel free to call the front desk and let them know that you're going to need another coffee cup, and we'll go ahead and arrange for you to pick that up. So again, you know, plan on bringing your own if you have one, or if you really just want to use a styrofoam cup, you can use that too. Not sure when all this is going to take place, so we're just kind of being proactive with all this. We will be announcing on channel 991 when we're going to be opening the atrium. So just kind of keep your eyes peeled to that. And with regards to the atrium just kind of opening up again, we do have a list of things that we just want to give as reminders to everybody. It's not posted right down there right now. Like I said, the painters are down there. We're trying to kind of stay out of their way. So I'm going to read off what we have, and then Roger's going to turn the camera over to the sheet. And again, you'll see that posted down in the atrium, but just kind of as a reminder for you. We want to remind everybody that the atrium is considered to be a public space, and please observe all mask and social distancing mandates. It's not considered a private spot like inside of your apartment would be. It is considered public, so please keep that in mind. Also, as we reopen the beverage center, just a reminder that we want one individual at a time in that beverage center. It's not a real big space, and with the 6-foot social distancing requirements, we just want to make sure that there's one individual in there at a time. The other one is enjoy coffee or juice while seated in the atrium, or feel free to enjoy your beverage in your apartment if you prefer. So like I said, you were all given a cup that's a Ridge Point cup that's got a top on it. If you can't find it, don't have one, or want another one, go ahead and just let us know at the front desk and we'll make sure that you have that. That way, if you're bringing it up to your apartment, you're not going to have any spills. So we're just trying to take care of that. The other thing is, for right now, we are saying that the current capacity of the atrium is 20 individuals. We kind of mapped it out and felt most comfortable allowing that many people there. We have chairs positioned so that we can adequately feel like that social distancing is being followed. So please make sure to leave the chairs where they are for the safety of everybody. We're looking forward to it. I think that's all I've got, Roger. Let me go ahead and turn this way. Will that work?
I'm sure that's legible at all.
This might be all for naught. I don't know. What do you see?
That's okay.
That gonna work?
That's okay.
All right. Call if you have questions.
All right. Hello, everybody. I am Raquel, the Resident Services Director. I've been here about a month, so if you haven't made your way down to my office to come meet me or see me in the hallway, feel free to stop by. I love meeting everybody. It's super awesome. I have a couple announcements this week. First off, I just got done putting garden confirmation sheets in people's mailboxes, so please go check those out. Make sure I have your garden right, I have your phone number, your apartment right, and I have your tilling status on there. This year we are only doing either a complete till of your garden bed or no tilling at all. We aren't doing any partial requests this year, so just make sure that I have that correct on your sheet. If not, you can call me at 6212, or you can stop by my office in the atrium. But on the very bottom of this sheet, if I don't have your status, it's highlighted in pink, so you should be able to see that right away, whether I know if you want your garden bed tilled or not. If there's a sheet in there and you look at it and you're like, I don't want a garden, call me because I will take your name off the list. Or if you think that you should have a garden bed, you don't have a sheet of paper in your mailbox, also call me. Any questions, just let me know and I am happy to resolve those for you. Also, I would like to give a plug to the resident council. They have 3 open positions right now. The first one is treasurer, and then they have 2 alternate positions available. They normally meet about once a month for an hour, sometimes more if they have emergency meetings, but it's not a huge time commitment. Being on resident council is also super helpful for staff. We look to them a lot as a sounding board, or if they have any advice or requests from residents that they think we should be aware of, they're always more than happy to bring those to our attention. If you have any questions, or if you're interested, or if you want more information on what any of the positions entail, any details about them, you can call John Samuelson at 6311. Again, John's extension is 6311 if you have any questions about resident council. And then finally, this Friday, April 9th at 2 p.m., we are super excited to have our first entertainer back here at Ridgepoint. Her name is Martha Gallagher. She is a classically trained pianist, and she will be giving us a recital in the East Lobby. Because of COVID, we have limited seating, so again, with the social distancing, we're only going to have about 50 chairs set up. So we are asking if residents wish to attend this, that you guys do sign up, and we have sign-up sheets in both the east and west building, and they are on the bulletin boards across from the mailboxes. The front desk staff can help you find them if you aren't sure, but please make sure you are signing up to go to this event. I hope to see you guys there or around. To Jeff.
Thank you. Okay, I want before I get on to my quiz, I want to say I want to reach out to the council too. They've can you bring it back just a little bit, Roger? Thanks. I want to shout out to the council too. I've been meeting with them every Monday for about the last 5 weeks, and we're talking about how to open up, and the conversations are so honest and good, and we've gained an understanding. I certainly feel the need that you folks have to make this the social place that you know and love. I share that sentiment, by the way, but I also feel that the council maybe has gotten a little bit of understanding of some of the predicaments that we're in terms of adhering to the different guidance from either the CDC or the Minnesota Department of Health. The council is responsible for putting those 2 beautiful benches out in front of our buildings. Thank you, Don Eckenrode, for building those. I mean, that's how it works at Ridgepoint. If someone has an idea, you bring it to Don Eckenrode, and poof, like magic, it's ready. So the council, if it's a really, really great opportunity for folks to help at Ridgepoint and to gain an understanding. I know there's lots of conversations that take place throughout Ridgepoint, and not oftentimes the information may not be quite accurate. And that can be staff talking, residents talking, could be the managing director talking. But the more people get together and share their information like they do in the resident council meetings, the better understanding there is throughout, and the better communication. So thank you, resident council folks. If you're interested, call John Samuelson and get on the ballot. It's no dishonor to not be in the top 3 if they're going to have an election for 3. If you're 4th, if 5th, whatever, you become an alternate. And currently we must not have any alternates because we're looking for more people. So even if you're not in the top 3, the odds are you will get to serve. And I would say that if you indeed want to serve on the council at Ridgepoint, get your hat in the ring, and sooner or later your number will be called and you'll get that opportunity. So, there you go. You are kidnapped and unceremoniously dumped on a deserted island in the Pacific. This island is basically 10 miles long and only 100 yards wide, and it's completely covered with grass and palm trees. Your captors have been nice enough to give you a few things to assist you in surviving. They've given you a supply of water, a life-size poster of Ginger Grant, a flashlight, a box of matches, and a blanket. Before I go any further, Raquel, you're the youngest here. Do you know who Ginger Grant is?
No.
Okay. Roger, do you know who Ginger Grant is? You may be too old, sorry to say. I'm not far behind you, Roger. You just don't watch garbage TV. Paula does. She can tell us who Ginger Grant is.
Wasn't she the character on Gilligan's Island?
Ginger Grant was the movie star on Gilligan's Island. Okay.
I'm
So
not
anyway,
too old.
here are the things you're left with. Water, flashlight, box of matches, and a blankie. So the first day you walk around the island, you notice you've got no chance of escape because the island is sheer drop off all around, 500 feet onto sharp rocks into shark-infested waters. There's no escape from this island, and you go to sleep that first night under your blankie, and you're awakened the next morning by the sound of thunder and the bright flashing of lightning. And you realize the lightning has struck the far end of the island. You're approximately in the middle. So let's say 5 miles away, the lightning has struck and has set the grass and palm trees on fire. And as luck would have it, there's a breeze blowing from the fire toward you. So it's pushing the flame in your direction. And you can imagine that everything on the island is going to be toasted, including you, unless you think quick. And the question is, how do you save your sorry butt until your wife can pay off the ransom? Island, 100 yards wide, 10 miles long. Fire starts on one end and is moving toward you. Any ideas from you three how to save yourself?
Is it currently raining?
No.
Just a lightning storm.
Yes. The island's on fire. Rain's not stopping it. All your supplies are working and all that stuff.
Huh.
What if I told you can save yourself with the matches?
Start a backfire.
You start a backfire. And what's a backfire, Roger?
I don't understand backfires, but they started down a ways from the regular fire, so.
What you do is the fire is going from right to left. You're in the middle. You start a fire in the middle. That fire that you start in the middle is going to go right to left too,
Right,
scorching everything on its way.
right.
When the fire that you're worried about comes to where you started the fire, there's nothing left to burn.
Down it goes.
So down it goes. Do you folks buy any of that?
Sure.
Why don't you get burned up by the backfire?
Because you're on the other side of it.
Where did your captors go?
I don't know where the captors went,
Oh.
and
Do you have a cell phone?
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna quit asking for input from the studio audience here. Okay, one good thing that we've realized around Ridgepoint here is thank you folks for recognizing the difference between public and private gatherings. I want to say that I was talking about the council, and we've spent tons of time talking about public and private gatherings, and that has really, really made it possible for you folks to have some semblance of a social life, games. I know that we've started with Bridge, 500, different things, book clubs, Bible studies. All that stuff is happening in a private manner, which is much more open and free and less restrictive than a public meeting place. So thank you for recognizing the difference. And if you are in a public gathering, know that social distancing and masking is still required. So that's getting better. I noticed that the Twins, the Wolves, the Twins, the Timberwolves, and the Wild and the Timberwolves are allowing 3,000 fans per game, and the Twins are allowing 10,000 fans per game. It's getting there, folks. That's good. We fully intend to have our windows washed. The garages will be swept. The garage is being swept. We did one of them last year during the pandemic, and one we ran out of time. But we will be doing the garages, sweeping. God darn it, I knew that day too. It's not too far away, but keep your eyes peeled for when the garages are going to be swept. We think we're going to do the windows. We're planning for July, only because we want to make sure that we get on the window washer's calendar for July. And if we do it too early and we're not able to do it at that point, we might get pushed to the end of the summer, and that's not going to work. So I've yet to schedule that, but we know who's going to do it for us. So I believe that's all I have. The Masters is this weekend. Enjoy. Sam Snead was a Masters champion. Sam Snead was a good old boy, and he was getting up there in age. And he went out golfing with this young buck. He went to this course, and the management of the course said, there's this young guy. He's like 22. He's big, strong kid. We expect him to possibly even be a PGA pro someday. We'd like you to go out with them, see what you think, encourage him, all that stuff. So Sam Snead went out there. And he was a good player, and they got to this dogleg left. And for those of you non-golfers, a dogleg left is a hole that starts out straight and goes to the left. And looks like the hind leg of a dog. And this dogleg on the left side of the fairway, there are these big, tall pine trees that made it difficult to cut the dogleg. What a lot of players will do on certain holes is they'll cut that dogleg instead of going up and trying to land the ball just past at the knee of the dogleg, and then hit their second shot toward the green. They'll fly that dogleg. And Sam Snead tells the young guy, the young guy's up at the tee box, and Sam Snead goes, you know, when I was your age, I used to just fly those pine trees with no problem whatsoever. And the young guy took that as a challenge. And he got up there and he just ripped it as hard as he could. Boom, right into the pine trees. He goes, I gotta try that again. So he hits another one, second ball, same thing, right in the pine trees. And he turns to Sam Snead and he goes, I don't believe you. I don't believe you could go over those pine trees when you were my age. And Sam Snead goes, you got to remember, when I was your age, those pine trees were only 3 feet high. Have a good week, everybody.
Bye.